I'd like to ask you two questions. One is, kindly highlight to this committee the requirements and procedures on how an officer can have a payroll number after employment. You can even give, you can say in terms of how many months, how many weeks, how many years should one take to get a payroll number. And then second one, what is your role in this casual ulabalu in Baringo County? And what information do you have on the matters of casuals in the county? How many casuals do we have per department? Because you are a payroll manager. And what is your role? And what has been your role in their engagement? Because there is a lot of issue about the casuals here and there, this department, that department. Are all these casuals paid through payroll? Or how are they being paid? And what is your engagement? Are you involved in the process of identifying them? Thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you, Vice Chair. I think I will start with the first question, the procedures for an officer to obtain a payroll number. First of all, if the officer is recruited by the the County Public Service Board, the list will be forwarded to the CS as a procedure. From there, that list of the appointees will be cascaded to HR. Then from there, the HR now will generate, there's a control paper called PCA, Pay Change Advice. They will open the files there from the HR. They will compile, they will compile the requirements which are needed. For example, appointment letter, authority from the board, confirm the funding from the treasury. After that, they now go to the details of that officer, so that they open the file, like KRA pin is needed, the ID, birth certificate, all those things. I may not know about the HR, but let me start from where I will now get that, Nini. From the payroll, if all the things are correct, when I get from the payroll, I must also have a checklist, like confirmation, authority, and all those things, including the account number, birth certificate, all those things also. What I will do now, getting a personal number nowadays is, we use, it is online. We must go to GHRS. There is a procedure we will put in Excel. There's a lot of procedure there. We'll put in Excel, and then we forward for allocation. And then when it reaches the ministry, which they are mandated to give the personal number, it is Minister of State for Public Service, I think Nairobi. So every person now, even the officer who is employed, will be checking increase now. So, sorry.
The checked, Mr. Robert Francis. You have mentioned a procedure. How long are you taking? Does it mean that the procedure is taking a lot of time? That's why you want to explain to us by giving us all those, so that we may think it takes a lot of time. If for practically, because you're a payroll manager and you're in charge of a payroll, and even the payroll number, you are the one to give out payroll number, not the HR. HR will handle other issues of the management, but you are the person concerned. Like today, my files the 5 files are on your hands today. For instance, for 5 people who are employed, how long will it take from you to submit those names to online to Nairobi? How long?
Thank you. For me to submit to Nairobi, only I need 3 days. At most 3 days, depending on the number of the employees who are employed. Only 3 days to be submitted to the Greece. Only 3 days.
From the other hand, from now after 3 days, that's good. In fact, now the committee is getting good information. 3 days in your hands. How long is it taking to get back the numbers from the Greece?
For example, Francis, if you have like 243 employees, how long will it take for you to process those numbers?
243, it will take almost 2 weeks, 243.
You have not answered, Francis, the second question. Let me agree that is on your end. The 2 weeks is on your end, but you have not told us the other end, the Greece part. How long will it take to come back now so that Lokales can have a payroll number?
Sorry, Vice Chair. Sometimes Nairobi they take us rounds because they say they have many numbers. You wait, we follow up. For example, if the number are few, for example, the last 2, I think we processed the other one last month. This month, not last month, this month, and I was able to process within 2 weeks because I followed up. There were only 13 of them, so I followed up. I finished my work. I followed up in Nairobi. I called them sometimes. So only 2 weeks. Yes. And sorry.
You want to mean that there are people who are employed lately? Lately, the 13 of them that you're trying to seek for the IPPD number?
I think there were some few who are plant operators. There were 13 of them.
Chair, I think this is another new information we are getting, and there is no offense for Francis to tell us the truth because he is under oath. Now, Francis, 13 takes you 2 weeks. Out of 243, as said by the chair, just give us an approximate time that you may take for 243. Yeah, and now that you follow up also, like what you follow up for the 13.
Chair, let me explain something a bit. The issue of personal numbers, it involves also the officers, and sometimes, because in the online, the officers must upload their details and confirm from that online. So sometimes the officers from far end may not know unless we call them so that we enlist from here, because it is individual. So sometimes we get the process will get longer because of that, the individual officers.
Second question. Now let me leave that to the chair. You will give direction. Let's go to the second question. You have answered the first question. Did you get it well, or I repeat it again? Good. Proceed.
The issue of casuals, personally in the payroll, we don't pay any casual in the payroll. We only have officers on contracts and permanent staff. So casuals, I'm not aware, and even I don't know. I'm not even aware of the list, any list.
How are the 243 casuals paid? How are they being paid? Can you tell the committee? Do you have an information, or do you know how the 243 casuals are being paid? if they are paid outside the payroll, how is it done? So they get their money in their accounts, because they get money in their accounts.
As I think I said, I'm not aware of NF243. I'm not aware of casuals. We don't have any name of a casual in our payroll or even in our office.
Francis, there were some casuals that they were saying they were being, before their payment, they said they processed their IPPD number and it has taken way too long and they've been to Nairobi and they are just waiting for the information from Nairobi. Could there be another payroll department apart from you in the county?
There's no any other payroll in this county apart from this one of assembly and the other one of executive. We don't have such names of 243.
Or they are in contract? Are there other 243 contractual staff whom you are processing their IPPD?
No, Chair, I don't have those names of 243.
Thank you, Honorable Lokales. Proceed.
Let me end my question by asking Mr. Francis that do you mean that only those you are processing their payments are those with the numbers and those on PNP, or you have others in that payroll that you are paying and they don't have numbers?
Chair, we don't have any casual in the payroll. We just pay those who are in PNP and contractual. And all of them are in the payroll. We process their numbers. So we don't have any person paid outside payroll.
So the least paid person in your payroll, how much is he earning or her? The least. Those contractual or whatever you call them.
The lowest.
The lowest payment in the payroll, how much is it?
The lowest person is those who are in job group D. Job group D.
How much is a job group D paid?
Job group D is around, if you, okay, basic salary and house allowance, hardship or whatever, they're around over 30 something, 37, like that, before the tax.